Part 7. Let's talk camera equipment, laptops, mobile phones, editing systems, a little bit about that. Okay, so what I learned when I started doing my YouTube channel, I filmed a lot of it on a webcam and a laptop. I got a really rough and ready YouTube editing system, their own editing system, which was free. I don't know if it's still the case now. But I learned how to do things with it, editing, and it was like my basic training. And then when my channel started gaining ground, I purchased my first cameras. I don't need to name the cameras because they're obviously out of date by now. But in this day and age, an awful lot of people, vloggers, seem to do their vlogging, as I often do, with a smartphone. Now, I didn't even have a smartphone 7 years ago, or not one that I actually used anyway, certainly not for making YouTube videos. So, when my channel gained ground, I needed new cameras, I needed a little bit more equipment. So, I quickly realised that YouTube editing system that I was using on my laptop was not good. It was not good at all. I mean, my camera quality when I was uploading the videos was really, really murky and poor, and I thought it was the camera quality. It wasn't actually. It was actually the editing system that was doing it. So I changed my editing system to Wondershare Filmora. Now I purchased that. Where are we now? About getting on for 5.5 or 6 years ago. I purchased Wondershare Filmora. And I've purchased a lifetime agreement, which means that I don't have to, update it each year. It's a lifetime. I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, but it was reasonably priced. Now the Wondershare Filmora, I don't hear that many other vloggers using that one, but I use it. I've had it ever since. And it's the devil you know. Wondershare Filmora, that's the one that I've always used. But here's an important thing before we move on from this editing, right? When you were making YouTube videos, don't run away with the idea that fancy editing, clever editing, it really wins people over. It doesn't really. I mean, especially if it's got no purpose. It's good to have your videos well edited, but keep it simple. That's my motto. There's a lot to be said for simplicity. Don't think you're going to win people over by all kinds of fancy editing, because a lot of people will probably find it to be a bit, tedious and annoying even. And as for the cameras, well, like I said, I can't name specific cameras because the ones I've used are probably out of date by now. But get yourself a good camera. But again, don't run away with the idea that the best, most expensive cameras are the ones that are going to make your videos really better. I mean, what kind of videos are you making? I mean, if you're making landscape, outdoor filming, then yeah, you need really, really good quality camera equipment for all of that. But for most people, that's not why they watch your video. They watch you for information and other things. Yeah, get yourself a good camera, get yourself a good editing system. And but don't run away with the idea that you guarantee success with these things, because people tune in for your channel for other reasons. Okay, and so cameras, camera equipment, editing systems, and I mean basically like I just said, there's a lot to be said for keeping. So you don't need to spend a massive amount of money on these things. At the end of the day, as long as your videos are respectable, they're probably watching your videos for other reasons. Okay, so and also as for smartphones, well, the good thing about using a smartphone is that you can carry it with you, and looking cameras around the place, and also there's if you are filming with a camera, an actual something that looks like a camera in public, it could be off-putting to people. Whereas with a smartphone, you know, everyone's got a smartphone. You know what I mean? If you film on a smartphone, I think it's more acceptable to most people. You know, people don't mind posing for a smartphone, but you know, they're a bit more off put when you pull a camera out, you know what I mean? So like you say, get yourself some good equipment, but don't go over the top. I didn't. I mean, your video's about the content rather than the way they look anyway. And as for editing, you know, you could shoot yourself in the foot if you do too much editing. Okay? I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.